Dear students and my teacher friends, Namaskar. I welcome you to the presentation lecture on Diarrhea. Now, before I start this presentation lecture, I would like to show you the syllabus of your exam. This is the syllabus of your exam, and the name of the chapter, Digestion and Absorption, and this is the topic, Diarrhea. Okay. And at the bottom of this syllabus, one important note they have mentioned. As you can read this note, that disease and disorder mentioned above to be dealt in brief. So you need not require to study this disease and disorder in detail. Only brief information that you need to prepare for these topics. For example, over here this PAM, then this indigestion, constipation, vomiting, jaundice, and diarrhea. So now we are starting this, and as you can see in this lecture, I have included only 4 points, and it is not that in the reference books so many points were given. In fact, these 4 points were given in the reference book, and these 4 points as it is I have included in this presentation lecture. Okay. Now, first thing, the spelling of diarrhea. The spelling is DIARRHEA. And how to pronounce this? So many a times we are pronouncing this as a diarrhea, but actually in reality we should pronounce it as di a re a diarrhea. Diarrhea. Okay, so diarrhea through, and rhea means flow. So here through, that means from the intestine, and flow means the flow of fecus. So what is diarrhea? So increase in the frequency, volume and fluid content of the fecus. Increase in frequency means the patient has to visit many a times a toilet in a single day. Then the volume of fecus increases, and the fluid part, the water portion of the fecus, also increases in the condition of diarrhea. Now, why person suffers from the diarrhea? The reason is the motility. Motility, that means the movement of small and large intestine increases in this diarrhea, and the absorption process decreases. Now when we talk about the absorption, means the absorption of water. So what happens? See, the chyme, after the digestion, the chyme enters from the stomach into the small intestine, that is the duodenum. Then in the small intestine, the process of digestion is taking place, that we know. But from the small intestine, in this diarrhea condition, this chyme passes very quickly from the small intestine. So there is not sufficient digestion and absorption on the chyme is performed by small intestine in the small intestine lumen, and Then when the fecus is formed in the large intestine, so this fecus passes very quickly through the large intestine. And in the previous lecture on the constipation, we have learned that in the colon, that is in the large intestine, there are three types of movements are there. That is the segmentation, then there is a peristaltic movement and the mass movement. And the fecus is passing very quickly through the large intestine. So for both the intestine, that is the small and large intestine, they are not having the enough time for the absorption of the water or the electrolytes. So water and electrolytes, they are not absorbed properly in this condition. Now the person who is suffering from the frequent diarrhea, so this diarrhea can result in a dehydration. The patient's body quickly loses the water and also the electrolytes. So just in case any person in our family suffers from this diarrhea, so very quick action needed to be taken, because this is a serious problem. And immediately the lemon juice should be offered to the patient, and the electrolyte powder, which is easily available in medical store. So we need to prepare a solution of electrolyte, and we should offer this solution to the patient immediately. And if the problem continues, this diarrhea, then the patient should be immediately shifted to the hospital for further treatment. So the saline solution and glucose bottle can be provided to the patient. That's why. Now, last point. Now, why there is an excessive movement or the motility in small and large intestine during diarrhea? So in the diarrhea, what happens? Lactose, the reason for the diarrhea is, one reason is lactose intolerance. And here you see only the one term is given, lactose intolerance. But actually, if we want to understand this lactose intolerance, 1 hour lecture I have to deliver. And you can understand this topic is not there in your syllabus. That's why I am not explaining what is lactose intolerance, but you prepare this term lactose intolerance, which is the reason for diarrhea. Then the stress, the tension, then the microbes, the bacteria that are present in the GI tract, that is the intestine. So these microbes also irritate the mucosa of the GI tract. So these are the reason why the diarrhea: lactose intolerance, stress, and irritation due to the microbes. Then increase motility and decrease absorption by the intestine. These are the causes for diarrhea. Okay, so with this we have completed the discussion for the topic diarrhea. I hope you have enjoyed this presentation lecture, and I also hope that this presentation lecture will be helpful in your exam preparation and also in your studies. My name is Manish Kosti sir. I am from Ahmedabad, India. Bye bye. Namaste.